Mind surf complete. Interesting that the mind surf has colour. Upgrade your mind bullets. Choose a colour to upgrade. Bullets of this colour will be more effective. Okay. I guess there might be an optimal way to do this, but I have no idea of knowing what that is. So I guess I'm just going to go with red. Like, is it better to upgrade one mind bullet all the way up and then focus on the rest after? Or is it better to do it equally? Alright. So, the mind surf is completed. Let's question Kenneth again. Because we have new topics. Oh, does the mind surf minigame lead to upgrading the mind bullets? Okay. I will see if I can skip that animation next time. Because I imagine it's the same for all of them. So, the stuff is the same. Topics. Talk about Kenneth throwing up. Let's talk about how you threw up all of the crime scene and then cleaned everything up. What? How? I've seen many officers tossing their cookies over old and rotting corpses, but this is ridiculous. Blood? Still, that's not the worst part of this. The worst part is you decided to clean up the fucking crime scene. I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mess with any evidence, I swear. I just cleaned up. I just cleaned up the puke. You're wrong about that. Also, don't act like this is just a minor mistake. I honestly don't know if I can work with an amateur like you. Anything else you might want to tell me? Anything else you might want to tell me? No, listen, I know I fucked up, okay? I've told you about everything else. I did. Look, can you maybe, keep quiet about this? Kenneth, you are an officer of the law, take responsibility for your actions. I'm not here to have anyone lose their job, I'm here to find a killer. Make sure to tell me everything from now on. That's right, build up their trust. Yeah. I'm not here to have anyone lose their job, I'm here to find a killer. Make sure to tell me everything from now on. I will. Alright. And then to end, the footprints. I found footprints near Rebecca's body. They look like this. Wait, footprints? Where the hell did you find them? As I said, right next to the victim. Are they yours? No? No, definitely not mine. Maybe from Adam. Adam? Who's Adam? Maybe they're from the killer. Well... maybe they're from the killer. Maybe they're from the killer. Oh, yes, maybe. And is that it? Or do we get more time? Because we've exhausted all of our topics. Okay, Linda, I'm done for today. We're leaving. 1 hour later, the police station in the nearest town. No names for towns, so it's just kind of like a nebulous town area. You must be that Mindcop fella. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Amelia. With the big boss gone, I'm currently the one running things here. It's my pleasure to meet you, Amelia. I'm the Mindcop, and the lady sitting over there is my partner, Linda. Look, I'm sure you hoped for a bigger station, but this place is actually overstaffed considering how small and quiet it is here in Timevale. Anyway, if there's anything you need from us, just ask me. And if you need to arrest someone, feel free to use our cell. Okay, cell, as in one cell? Singular? Yes, there's only one cell. What do you do when you have to arrest someone but there's already someone in the cell? Well, it never happens. And in the rare case it does happen, we simply release the person already in the cell. Jesus. I mean, we're talking about people who drank a little too much, not murderers. Well, maybe now we should be talking about murderers. Let's just hope that it's only one murderer. In books, it's usually one guy who ends up being the mastermind behind everything. In books. Linda, this lady's voice, what colour is it? Pink. Pink, the colour of affection and care. Amelia, would you describe yourself as a particularly kind and caring person? Nope. Press Y to look at all of the evidence you've collected. Press X to open the notes menu. The notes menu keeps track of suspects, locations, and topics for you. You can also use it to look up tutorial messages and revisit the sea of thoughts for characters you have successfully mind-surfed. Okay, so... show me what you got. The lantern. We found this at Rebecca's house. It's a self-made lantern of sorts. A glass jar decorated with maple leaves and a small tea light placed inside of it. It looks pretty. Okay, and nothing else. And then for notes. So yes. So even though we've spoken to Amelia, we've not got a profile for them. And these are different topics. Okay. And yep, passing time's not possible, but the bullet's been upgraded. Oh, this is remembering everything. Kenneth, true, uncertainty, lie. And then it'll be the same for all the other characters in question. Okay. Alright. Oh, we can leave. Alright, let's talk to Amelia. Amelia, what can you tell me about Officer Bartley? Kenny's pretty useless as an officer. But on a more personal level, I guess he's bearable? He usually keeps to himself, which I like. Oh, that's all I get. Linda?
Huh.
Recap time. Recap time. What's your feeling about all this? I don't know. She's pretty. I mean, the victim. Not the type you'd expect to get murdered in her own home. Really? What kind of murder would be more fitting with her type then? I don't know. Vanishing without a sign and being found dead in the woods years later? Okay, and you say I'm the morbid one? We're getting sidetracked. Either somebody broke into her home or she knew the murderer and let them in. I can think of at least one other possible scenario. Let's not focus on conclusions like that yet. Tell me, what do you think about Kenneth? I didn't like him.
Oh.
Why? I don't know. It's his vibe, I guess. He seems like the kind of guy you can't rely on, which sucks because he's a cop. Harsh. Is it? I don't think so. Well, maybe. Can I rely on you then? Of course, MC. You need something done. Ooh, yes. Search the hard drive or take a break. Search the hard drive. Confirm. Alright, consider it done. Do you want to do some mindsurf training? Does this help me? Okay, 1 second. So this is why the Mindcop wears glasses all the time, is because otherwise he'd be mindsurfing everyone, like Cyclops. And yeah, Linda's eyes. 62, that's a lot less than we had before. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think it's possible for me to match any of those at the same time. When a mind bullet hits a brain on the spot with a matching mind cloud, that mind cloud will level up. Use mind clouds with higher levels in your matches to earn more points. Each mind cloud can only level up twice. Right? Oh, right. So if it hits the same color. Oh, okay. Right, okay, so it's, yeah, so instead of deleting the other one, you can match them together to upgrade them. So then do this. Yeah, you can get multiple matches in a go. That's cool. Yeah, jazz time. Okay. So, double match on this one. There you go. Alright. So yeah, it's not quite a rhythm game, but it's kind of like funky. Ooh, I wonder what happens if you hit the same mind cloud again after hitting it twice. Like this one? No, it's the maximum. Okay, got it. Do this way. We did it! Woo. Served. Oh! Linda's doors are locked. Because it was just training. Sorry if that was too easy, MC. We're done for today. End of the line. Linda, how could you? I need to know all your secrets. How do you feel? Great! That was good. Thanks, Linda. We can do another session tomorrow. Okay, but that doesn't tell me... So it didn't upgrade the mind bullets at all. Alright. So I guess we are done for today. Ah, so yeah, search the hard drive is now a Linda action. Okay. And Yep, when you can't interact with someone, the interact action is gone. Maybe it's time to go to the hotel and call it a day. Yes. Okay, Linda, I'm going to the hotel. See you tomorrow. Green Crown Inn. Welcome, Time Vale? And the day starts again, or just the same kind of scenario? Both in the car. Wednesday.
Well, I can certainly be too good at my job. If I stopped too much crime too fast, I'd need a new job, wouldn't I? Being too good at your job can be a huge problem, you know. If Robin Hood steals too much money from the rich and gives it all to the poor end up becoming the rich. And now my boy Robin would have to steal from them and give it all back to the new poor, formerly rich people.
That's a logical fallacy.
Undoing all of his work. Until, of course, someday it shifts again. It's an endless cycle of Robin Hoodery.
MC, that makes no sense.
Thank you, Linda.
He's supposed to stop when everything is balanced, and so are you. Your jobs would then become keeping the balance.
Yeah, I guess. But keeping the balance just sounds boring. Also, not being able to get wealthier than other people would fuck up society, wouldn't it? You know what's not boring? Crime and justice.
I'm not entirely sure what Mindcop's getting at. That's a very boomer take.
Ooh.
Oh look, Linda, it's a proper welcome party this time. Oh, characters. 7 hours. Hello, I am the Mindcop, and this is my partner, Linda. Oh, good to meet you two. I've heard great things. I'm Joshua Donovan. You can call me Josh, that's what everyone calls me. The notes icon will light up whenever characters you question come up in dialogue. Hold X to quickly bring out your notes on them. I've heard you already met Officer Bartley. Officer Bartley? This is, I'm so sorry, what was your name again?
Huh?
My name is Mary Sason. They sent me here to do forensics. I was on my way to the crime scene, but I thought I'd take my chance to introduce myself to you guys first. If I or the guys in the lab find something, I'll get back to you. But feel free to seek me out if you have a question or need my expertise. Lovely. Pleasure to meet you all. Are you an officer too, Josh? Oh no, sorry. I'm the owner of the Merrylin Crater Camp. That also makes me the employer of a lot of the people living here, including Rebecca. Anyway, the terrible news has, of course, spread quickly throughout the camp. And I've told everyone to stay at least 5 more days until we've hopefully figured out what happened. You must know the season is basically over now. Normally, after we have our little end-of-season party, EOS, most folks will simply leave this place until next year. I can't make people stay forever, you know? That's quite alright. 5 days is more than enough for me to solve this case. Thank you very much for your cooperation. It is appreciated. Okay, that's good to hear. Do you already have a lead? I'm sorry, but if I did, I couldn't tell you. Just let me handle everything. Oh, and Mary? If I find any important evidence that needs further inspection from a lab, can I bring it to you? Of course, but one at a time, please. You'll find me at the crime scene. Ah, yes, about that. The blood patterns on the floor there. I might have accidentally erased some of them when I spilled my drink yesterday. Very stupid of me, I know. They are kind of ruined now. Wow, that's awfully unprofessional. Totally. Giving him a bit of side-eye to Bartley. I hope you know that I'll have to put that in my report. I mean, no offense, but... None taken. Put it in your report. Don't worry about it. Is that all? Are we done here? Josh? No, I think that's all. Oh, if you're not already, you probably want to talk to Adam. He's Rebecca's housemate and the one who found her that night. Yeah. Officer Bartley probably mentioned this, but Adam will stay in the hostel for now. This should make things easier for you. Thanks. I've said all I can, but I'll stick around if you guys have questions. Of course, we don't have to do that now if you have other things planned. It's up to you. I'm always available. For most of the day, you can find me in my caravan. It's hard to miss. You have 5 days to find the killer. To win this game, the killer must be held in jail at the end of the last day. This task is challenging, so don't be discouraged if you find it difficult to piece everything together. For For those who enjoy taking notes, now would be a good time to start, but it's not necessary to enjoy the game. I didn't realize I'd have to get a pen and paper out. Because that's kind of what the notes in the game is for, right? Arresting a suspect will always end the current day and cause the Mindcop to drive back to the police station. You can only hold one suspect at a time in the station's jail cell. Suspects will stop cooperating when they or their loved ones get arrested. Okay, that's interesting. So the way to gamify it would be meet all the characters, make sure they are all in jail at the end of the week, and you don't even have to bother with the questioning and the mind surfing. It's just you need to make sure you got the right person there. So, but obviously the way to do that is to, you know, play the game properly. Wait until the evening. Now, why would I do that when I have so much to do? Alright, let's talk a bit more to Josh. Question Josh, 15 minutes. So, the multiple runs through thing, as if you run out of time to do everything, and if you don't have the correct killer at the end of the 5 days, then it's like, right, I know what I did before. Maybe everything resets, and that's why you need the notes. How can I help? Well, first things first, your name is Joshua Donovan, correct? Yes. Correct. Can I see your ID, please? Yes, of course, here. And you're the owner of this place, the whole place? No, some houses are in private possession, and I technically don't own Bombo or any of the hiking trails. I do own the marketing rights for Bombo, but not the actual physical thing. What the devil is a Bombo? Oh, you don't know? Bombo is the name we gave to the volcanic bomb. It's our biggest attraction. Bombo. Okay. New topic? You seem pretty young for someone who has his own tourist attraction. You think? I'm in my 30s now and I feel like life is passing me by. What's the story of you becoming the owner of this place and how long have you been the owner? I have some nostalgic feelings for this place, so I come by regularly. 6 years ago, Elliot, who was the owner at the time, told me he was looking to sell the place. I don't think he had me in mind when he told me about it, because he was quite surprised when I told him I was interested. I earned plenty at my current job and had some inheritance money on my hands. I wanted to see what I could do, if I had what it takes, so to speak. He happily sold everything to me later the same year. Josh bought MCC from Elliot. Okay. Can you tell me more about the inheritance money? Tell me more about Elliot. I mean, it doesn't really matter where the inheritance came from. Tell me more about Elliot. Tell me more about Elliot? Elliot is Gabriel Cade's son. In case you don't know, Gabe and Paul are the ones who built this whole place. Gabe and Paul are the founders of MCC. That's an interesting, like, animation. Having someone scroll their phone and have it show up on their glasses. That's pretty cool. Elliot isn't currently at the camp because of a 3-day accounting seminar in Berluge that he's attending. I've reached out to him and told him about the current events here at the camp, and he told me he's coming. 3 days. What can you tell me about Rebecca? What kind of person was she? What's your relationship to Rebecca? I mean, she would have just been someone on the house, right? What kind of person was she? Rebecca was great. She was the kind of girl who didn't take any shit from anybody. Because of that, she often got into arguments with guests, but I didn't really mind. Some of our guests left horribly angry reviews after being put in her place by her. I don't want entitled assholes here at the camp anyway, so if they're scared away by one slightly impolite hostile worker, it's better this way. Well, everything's gonna be different now anyways. How so? I mean, after all this, I can't see how things could stay like they were. We usually get a lot of visits from school classes on trips. People now deem this place unsafe. They won't feel like they can send their children here. I always really liked the school classes. What did you do on the night of Rebecca's death? I was at the bar with Adam. We met up at 8 PM or shortly after. We left at 1 AM. There was nobody else with us, and I saw nobody else outside on my way to my caravan. Josh and Adam at the bar. Apparently, Adam came to see me after finding Rebecca and calling the cops. He told me he was hammering on the caravan door like a madman. I was surprised that didn't wake me, but it's possible. I have a habit of sleeping with earplugs, and on top of that, I think I was also fairly drunk. I feel bad I couldn't be outside that at that moment. Isn't it possible that Adam killed the girl right after coming home? Aside from getting drunk, what did Adam and you do at the bar? Do you want to try and, like, put the idea in his head right now. Yeah, let's try this. Isn't it possible that Adam killed the girl right after coming home?
Huh?
No way! I mean, I can't prove that he couldn't, if that's what you want to hear, but... Adam, I mean, I think he really loved her. Have you talked to him? He's devastated. Romance between Rebecca and Adam. New topic. Okay. Completely, utterly broken. Do you know they planned a road trip together? Did Rebecca have enemies? What about Rebecca's parents? Well, I already know some stuff about her parents, so did she have enemies? I don't know. It's possible. She definitely wasn't afraid to make enemies, but I'm not aware of any tension between the people of the camp. Are you in a relationship? That's a bit of a weird question. Unless he means with Rebecca. Yeah, let's see where this goes. Are you in a relationship? I am, yes. My boyfriend lives in the capital. That's usually also where I'm usually at when I'm not here. Okay, my stuff. I mean, this is not going to mean anything to him. But there's tons of stuff here. Alright. Let's try. Let's talk about Josh and Adam at the bar. You told me that you and Adam were at the bar from 8 PM to 1 AM on the night of Rebecca's murder. Can anyone attest to that? Are you sure the times are correct? Yeah, because he said that nobody was there, nobody saw them, so they could be, in theory, each other's alibis. But we'll do the time thing first. Are you sure the times are correct? Well, when I say 1 AM, I don't mean exactly 1 AM, but it should be pretty accurate. I remember looking at the clock before going to bed, and it's something between 1 and 2 AM. Okay. And of course, because we've talked about the topic already, I can't talk again. Alright. The romance between Rebecca and Adam. So as I understand it, Adam and Rebecca had some type of romantic relationship. What do you know about it? Well, Rebecca would have told you that they're not in a relationship, but that's bullshit. Oh. They are definitely more than just housemates as far as I know. They're also not just friends with benefits or anything along those lines. I think Adam really loved Rebecca. Yeah, so it keeps mentioning Rebecca, so I want to see stuff on Adam. But I guess I have to meet Adam first. Alright. What else? Let's see. He's not going to care about Paul. The MCC maybe. Talk about how Josh bought MCC from Elliot. Tell me a bit more about your purchase of Merrylin Crater Camp. When did this happen? When? 6 years ago.
Oh.
And the current owner at the time was Elliot? Tell me about him. His name is Elliot Cade. He's the son of Gabriel Cade, one of the 2 founders of this camp. Did he tell you why he was selling? Well, not directly, but reading between the lines, I was under the impression that the responsibilities were simply too much for him. That forest fire had just happened, and it was probably a harsh reminder of what being in charge could entail in situations like this. Forest fire? The woods nearby were struck by a huge forest fire that year. Forest fire incident. Okay. Now that a tragedy has befallen the camp while I'm the one in charge, well, I guess I have a pretty good idea what I'm talking about. Alright, forest fire? You mentioned a big forest fire that broke out in the vicinity of the camp. What can you tell me about that? Not much. That was a month or 2 before I bought the camp. The only thing I know about it is that Paul had his accident trying to help the firefighters. The fire never actually reached any of the houses in the end. Oh, and the camp was evacuated for a day or 2. Do you know what caused the fire? Summer heat, I guess. Right, so Paul got his condition from the forest fire. So let's confirm that by talking about his condition. Can you tell me about Paul's condition? What do you mean? Like how it happened? Well, yes, but also exactly what happened. So this is what I've heard. During the forest fire incident, despite having received instructions to evacuate, Paul rushed after the firefighters with the intention of helping them fend off the fires. He fell down a slope and severely injured his back, causing paraplegia. The firefighters found him hours later after they'd already got most of the fire under control. When I bought the camp a month or so later, he was still in the hospital. He could still talk with no problem though. I still remember having quite a few good conversations with him. He's talked less and less over the years, and eventually stopped completely. Oh, so he's mute. Do you know why he stopped talking? So, probably not. You say you had conversations with him. What kind of person would you say Paul is? So, what kind of person is he? He seemed to be like somebody who had his pride crushed by what happened to him, completely unable to move on. I eventually stopped talking to him after I found out about his views on homosexuality. I see. Okay. Alright. Yeah, it's probably a good idea to exhaust the topics related to him while I'm here. Because he doesn't care about this, he doesn't care about this. So let's talk about Gabe and Paul. What do you know about the origins of the camp? How did it come to be? In his youth, Paul discovered Bombo on one of his many trips throughout the mountains. Of course, outside of certain circles, nobody really cares about the discovery of what's essentially just a big boulder. However, Paul desperately wanted to make his discovery a big attraction and started building the hostel and a house for himself. As things progressed, he got into a myriad of legal troubles, all of which he was unprepared to handle by himself. This is where he partnered with Gabe. Together, they created the whole camp and recruited a bunch of people to work for them. Do you know of any shady business concerning the origins of the camp? No, I know very little about those details. I mean, things that are seen as shady business today were fairly standard practice back then. But don't get me wrong, I don't know anything specific. Alright, and then last topic related, Bombo. Let's talk about the volcanic bomb you called Bombo. What's the matter with this thing? Oh, it's just the biggest volcanic bomb ever found. You know, a volcanic bomb forms when a volcano erupts and shoots out pieces of lava that cool in the air and drop as solid rocks. More of these were found in the area, but none of them are nearly as huge as Bombo. I had the idea to make him a kind of mascot for the camp outfit. Bombo, the character, was created by famous artist and writer Ben Stout when he visited this place 5 years ago. He gifted us his original drawing and the rights to use Bombo for marketing. We didn't hold back. The whole Bombo thing was relatively successful, and when Ben got wind of it, he even made a little Bombo comic for the paper he worked for. Of course, only 1 year later, Ben and his friend Stephen Pepper started working on Sweetlander. The whole place right. What's Sweetlander? What's Sweetlander?
Huh?
Are you for real? You must have heard of Sweetlander. The show is about a little girl who goes on adventures with a baby doll. The doll, of course, is possessed by an evil entity and was voiced by the legendary Raim Cubbin. They say it's a kid show, but it's really not. I mean, kids watch it, but there's so much going on between the lines that kids won't get. You have to be really smart to pick up on all the clever jokes in there. Oh, jeez, he's one of these guys. Okay. Alright, that will do for now. Yeah. We might come back to him later. Depends.